let me introduce myself first. I am Landy Perbilio, B.Ed 2. For today's video, I will going to discuss about authentic assessment. So what is authentic assessment? When we say authentic assessment, it is a form of assessment in which students are asked to perform real-world tasks that demonstrate meaningful application of essential knowledge and skills. It focuses on the analytical and creative thinking skills, students to work cooperatively, and that reflects student learning, student achievement, and students' attitude of relevant activities. An assessment is authentic when it measures performance or products which have realistic meaning that can be attributed to the success in school. According to Frey 2012, the commonly reported dimensions of authenticity are grouped into three broad categories. First is the context of assessment, which means that the context or activity is realistic, the task is performance-based and cognitively complex. Second is the role of the students. Students will be required to defend their answer. The assessment is formative and the students collaborate with each other or with the teacher. The last one is scoring. The scoring criteria are known or student developed. Multiple indicators or portfolios are used for scoring, like rubrics, and the performance expectation is mastery. Authentic assessment has four basic characteristics. The first one is the task should be representative of performance in the field. Second, attention should be paid to teaching and learning criteria for assessment. Third, self-assessment should play a great role. When possible, students should present their work publicly and defend it. Here are some of the best uses of authentic assessment according to Mueller. Number 1, authentic assessment are direct measures. Number 2, authentic assessment capture constructive nature of learning. Number 3, authentic assessment integrate teaching, learning, and assessment. Last is authentic assessments provide multiple paths to demonstrations. Authentic assessment are direct measures because it evaluates whether the students can successfully transfer the knowledge and skills gained in the classroom to various contexts, scenarios, and situations. Authentic assessment captures constructive nature of learning because it allows students to construct their own meaning and knowledge, not just receive it passively. Next is that authentic assessment integrate teaching, learning, and assessment. When students are presented with a real-world problem to solve, students are learning in the process of developing a solution. Teachers are just facilitating the process, and the student's solution to the problem becomes an assessment of how well the students can meaningfully apply the concepts. And the last one is authentic assessment provide multiple paths to demonstration. Students may have different ways by which they could demonstrate what they have learned, and authentic tasks tend to give the students more freedom on how they will demonstrate what they have learned. So let's now talk about the difference between authentic and traditional assessment. So in terms of assessment activity, traditional assessment is more on selecting response, while authentic assessment is performing a task. Next, its nature of activity. On traditional assessment, it is contrived activity, which means unrealistic, while authentic assessment imitates real-life situations. In traditional assessment, the development of cognitive level of the students are more on knowledge and comprehension, which is considered to be a lower order of thinking skills. Authentic assessment, on the other hand, more focuses on application, analysis, and synthesis. Next is development of solution, wherein in traditional, the assessment is teacher structured, while on the authentic assessment, it is student structured. Since in traditional assessment are only on recognizing and recalling, its objectivity of scoring would be easily achieved rather than the authentic assessment, which is difficult to achieve. Authentic assessment has direct evidence because it gives students the chance not only know the contents but actually apply the knowledge in a meaningful way. It allows for more direct evidence of learning the skills through demonstration or application. Traditional, on the other hand, has an indirect evidence because it may give quickly information but may not provide real evidence of student learning. So that's it. I hope that you learned something. Thank you for watching.